Come to sitting. Now let's start sitting today. And we're going to be doing quite a bit of moving around and warming up and raising energy, but in a contained way. And that energy is for us. So we're raising energy, not to go and disperse it to the masses, but to bring ourselves to that point where we're nice and centered and strong, and we can go out and do what we need to do, but without giving all our energy away. So sit bones firmly on the ground. So have a little adjust. That's our grounding. That's our connecting with the earth, connecting with energy that's coming up from the earth for us, and just being open to receive that energy. So really think about softening, relaxing, being open. So we're comfortable, relaxed, and then of course we're lifting the spine. So we are vertebrae by vertebrae, making a little bit of space everywhere, right to the top, and that crown of the head up towards the ceiling. So let's have a little bit of a wiggle of the neck. Close your eyes, and then very slowly, but keep the movement going. Don't stop. Maybe side to side, backwards and forwards, dipping the chin, raising the chin. So we normally move the neck to start, and we hold. This time we're keeping it moving, so keep that fluid, and just remember that whatever you do in one direction, do the same in the opposite direction. So we are balanced. Notice any little prickly bits, crunchy bits, ouchy bits, and just send them a little bit of love. At this point, don't worry about why it came, where it's from. Just work into stretching where it feels good. Slow, gentle movement. And then let's take that up into the arms a little, and keeping your elbows bent, just moving your elbows in a circle. So the hands follow, just moving the elbows, coming into that shoulder joint, hands coming together in front of you, and staying together as long as you can as they come up overhead and behind, and then drop the hands away as the elbows come round. And then let's go in the opposite direction, but still with that nice big movement, the biggest movement you can make with those elbows, bringing the elbows together at the front now as you come around. And then making the movements a little smaller, circling smaller and smaller. There we go. Let's drop a shoulder and raise the other. And then the same on the other side. So pushing that down shoulder down with the elbow, drawing the elbow towards the ground and lifting the other elbow up towards the ear, and bringing a little bit of a spinal curve into it as well. And again, finding the movement and then keep moving with it. Very nice. Okay, rounding the shoulders forward, up and back, forward, up and back, and then back, up and forwards, back, up and forwards. There we go. A little bit of a twist, arms out, and then let's just windmill gently backwards and forwards. Don't want to give yourself whiplash here, just nice and slow, moving a little deeper each time, perhaps, as you warm up. And again, keeping that length in the spine. So we definitely don't want to be curling around here, long in the spine, and looking around to that backhand. So following the backhand round, and with your arms and eyes, and then coming back to center. Well done. Inhale the arms up, out to the side, big inhale. And push the air down. Lift the air up, inhaling, filling up right down into your belly, and then pushing the air out to the sides and down. So your arms are strong here, and reaching the fingertips out. Keep going. And out. Long arms, stretch into your elbows. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Fantastic. Right. Let's come into some Kapalabhati or fire breath. So this breath is incredibly warming and energizing, but it's like building a fire for you. It's your fire, not to give to somebody else. And I think let's change the cross of the legs to give ourselves that tiny little bit of discomfort to concentrate the mind. So throughout this breath, keep that length in your spine, crown of your head going up towards the ceiling, and think about it in terms of energy. So think about drawing energy up from the center of the earth and then sending that energy up into the universe and then allowing that energy to come back in through the crown of your head and going back. So it's like you're grounding, what's that thing called? The conducting rod, one of those. So you are a conduit for energy, and along the way, you're going to become re-energized and balanced by this beautiful exchange of energy through you. So up tall, shoulders are relaxed, neck is relaxed. Throughout, keep your jaw and your face relaxed as well. So Kapalabhati, we're going to put the right hand on the belly. So just gently on your belly, and we take a deep breath in. I'll explain it first. And then the out breath is only through the nostrils. And it's a series of short, sharp out breaths controlled by your belly. So the breath is totally in and out of the belly. Forget about the chest. You have to go via there anyway. And so it looks a bit like this. Big inhale. And then so you expel the air by pulling in your muscles towards your spine, and there's short, sharp bursts out. In between, there's a little intake of breath as well. So it doesn't have to be one long breath that you hold and then expel little bits of. There's a little bit of breath coming in each time as well. Don't worry about that. So it's just out, 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 out. But there's a little bit of in between, if that makes sense. So let's do it together. So a nice exhale, little exhale to start, and then a big inhale through your nostrils. And out just through the nose. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. When you're ready, exhale. Inhale. One more round at your own pace. Remember to make that movement come from your belly. So when you're ready and you're fully inhaled, exhale and try and control it from your belly. So sending that breath out using your belly muscles. And when you finish that breath, bring your hands to rest on your thighs, knees, in your lap. Relax your shoulders. Let's take a deep breath in together. And hold. Slowly exhale. Inhale right down into your pelvis. Exhale fully from your belly first. and open your eyes. Well done. So a little bit of Kapalabhati there, just a few rounds to warm up, and then we're going to come into Nadi Shodhana. So we have opened everything up, and now we're going to balance. Thumb to your right nostril, unless you are left-handed, in which case it's the other way around. And then this time, take your first two fingers and just pop them between your eyebrows, gently onto your forehead. And then when we're ready, we're going to be blocking the left side with the ring finger, and we're going to be switching out. So thumb will lift, and then the ring finger will lift. And just see how you feel with having your fingers just tapping in there to your third eye. So we're going to start breathing in through the left, so just gently blocking the right. So don't push your nose out of line. It's a very gentle block. So exhale to start. Close your mouth. Inhale, left nostril only. And switch, blocking the left over the right. Exhale. Stay here. Inhale. Switch, exhale. Inhale. Switch, exhale, relax your body. Inhale. Switch, exhale. Completely emptying every last little breath out of your body, but relaxing your muscles. Inhale. Filling up, expanding, allowing your rib cage to move outwards. And switch to carry on at your own pace. Let's do 3 rounds at your own pace. Close your eyes if you wish. About relaxing your thighs, drawing that energy up into your pelvis. Relaxing your jaw and your face. Making the breath steady and smooth and not forced or held too uncomfortably. And relaxing your hand now, back down to your knee or your thigh, your lap. Close your mouth, breathing in and out just through your nostrils. Feel that breath going right to the back of your skull, up into your head, up into your third eye, up into your crown of your head, to the back of your neck and your throat. Exhaling fully, softening through your knees and your pelvis and your feet. Release any tension in your shoulder blades. And let's come back to open eyes, back to your mat. So preserve that space that you've created for yourself. You've built a bubble. You've built a protective layer all around you. Whatever you would like that to look like, an iridescent bubble of many colors, a silken cocoon, whatever it is. Taking your legs wide now. Just remind yourself through your day by bringing yourself back into 3 steady breaths that exists, that is your boundary wall to protect you. Taking your legs wide, taking your hands down. So right hand, right leg, left hand, left leg, and we're just doing a little bit of a slide. It's a bit of a sly move, this one. Sly slide, because it looks like nothing and it feels like everything. We are going right into this huge hip opener, but you're in control. We're going to be doing more. We'll do some standing ones as well into Prasarita Padottanasana later. So don't need to push yourself too much. Go to where works for you. And hands are on the legs, so we need a little bit of balance. We need a little bit of core. Lift your chin away from your pelvis. So we don't want to be rounding. If you get some nice space between your chin and your pelvis, you'll have that lovely length in the front of the body. Feeling that maybe in the backs of your knees, maybe even in your Achilles. Make sure your toes are pointed up towards the ceiling, and maybe even drawing in towards you. You can add on pulling the toes towards you will give you an extra stretch in the backs of your knees, and then come back up nice and slow, controlling yourself with your torso, not with your arms, all the way back. And we're going to come up into standing. So bring yourself to a squat position. Let's come into a little bit of a balance here. So feet either flat to the floor. I was cheating then. I put my bum on the divan on our sofa substitute. So hands to the floor if you need them for balance. Otherwise, taking them off and then just coming into that squat. So we just had our hips so wide and we're pushing into that stretch, and now we're doing exactly the opposite. We are compressing, and that's great because we want to be moving the lymph around the legs. We want to be moving the lymph around the whole body. It's a kind of semi-closed system. So pressure really helps move things around. So keeping that compression in there. When we stand up, you'll be able to feel that change in temperature, change in sensation in the tops of the legs. And then we're going to keep torso to the thighs. So sandwich them together. Don't allow them to come apart. And we're just tipping the head down and lifting the bum up and straightening the legs a little bit. As soon as your torso starts to come away from your thighs, stop there, stay there. So we're straightening, head's coming down, lifting the bum up. My torso is still stuck to my thighs. And don't worry, it might not be a very big movement, but allow your head and your neck to completely relax here. Maybe even close your eyes. Just a nice soft inversion. If your hands are dangling on the floor, you can wrap your forearms around each other, having your hands to opposite elbow. Try to release any tension in the back of your neck, especially. And then we lift a little further. So send the sit bones up and allow your body to peel away, straighten the legs. And just to start with, lock the legs here, lock your legs, straighten them as much as you can, lift your sit bones. And again, we get that beautiful stretch in the back of the neck, and we're going to be moving from side to side. So take your arms over to the outer edge of your left leg, and then draw a circle or semicircle round to come over to the right. Your gaze is low or your eyes are closed. You can feel a little dizzy in this posture, so maybe eyes open is a better move, but up to you. So we're really stretching into the hips. Nice big stretch. Even though it doesn't look like much, you'll feel it. And in the ribs, and the side of the body, any tension there being encouraged to just float away. And coming back to center, making the movement smaller. Just a little pendulum movement there, and then a little bit of a bend in the knee so that you can bring yourself uncurling up to standing, using the power of your legs and those big muscles in your legs all the way up to standing. Give yourself a breath here, and then inhale your arms up out in front of you, all the way up towards the ceiling, and looking up at the ceiling, lifting your lower ribs away from your hips, lifting your elbows up, your hands up, your shoulders up, and then a little bit of a back bend. So looking up to your hands, sending your hands back, lifting the chest, maybe allowing the head to drop back a little if that's appropriate for you, and then maybe even sending your hips a little forward, bringing yourself into the back bend that works for you. And then back to center, hands gently down to your sides. And we're going to be moving. We're going to be doing some dynamic movement here. So come to the very back of your mat, right to the end. And we'll do 2 steps to go forward, and we'll do 2 steps to come back. So we're going to take a nice big step forward with the right leg into the middle of your mat. Swoop the arms forward and bring yourself down. That left knee coming down towards the ground. So right knee is forward and bent. Left knee is down towards the ground and bent. And then coming all the way up, taking the left foot forward. And the same thing, taking that right knee down towards the mat now. So we're holding, waking up that thigh, and then coming back up to standing. Step forward, turn around, and then the right leg comes back. Left knee drops down. Arms are just up all the time now. And then back up. Left leg steps forward, and the right knee drops down. That left knee shouldn't be pushing forward, it's just bent at the knee. And then coming back up, taking your arms back down, coming to the end of your mat again. So hopefully your legs are feeling warm and nicely activated here. Taking the arms forward, stepping the right foot forward. This time we're going to take the left knee down even further to the ground. Release the back foot, and then we're leaning forward. So you might need to creep the right foot forward a little so that you can get a big lunge. Bring your hands down to your right thigh. If your knee is quite far forward, just creep the foot forward. You need to have that calf, shin, lower leg just pointing up towards the ceiling. A lovely big stretch in the hips here. Relax your shoulders, shoulder blades soften. And then we're going to be pushing back. So all the strength in the right leg, pushing all the way back, allowing that foot to drag back, toes up towards the ceiling. And then we're just sitting back on the left heel even, and folding forward. Can you feel the stretch in the back of your right leg? Hopefully you can. If sitting back on your left foot, and I don't know why I keep wanting it to be the right foot, then you can lift yourself off a little. And then we're going to be coming forward. And then this time we are taking, tuck the toes under, lift the back leg up. Keep your hands either side of your right foot, creep it forward if you need to. And again, just allow your hips to be soft, allow them to sink. Stepping the left foot forward, step your right foot back. So right foot back, toes tucked under, bringing that right knee down to the ground, releasing the back foot, and really settling into that long, low lunge pose. Opening up in the hips, releasing any little things that have got stuck, emotional stuckness, physical stuckness. I don't think stuckness is actually a word, but it's quite a good one for here, so we're just going to use it anyway. And breathe. Think about all that space you've made from Kapalabhati, from Nadi Shodhana, that balancing. And keep the breath work going through your practice. When your mind starts to wander, gently bringing it back to the body. And so we're pushing back now. Let's release the back foot. Sending yourself all the way back, allowing that leg to just float back and folding forward. So whatever you did on the other side, you can do the same on this side. Focus on the back of your left leg here. Feeling that lengthening of the muscles. strengthening of the muscles, improving your circulation, improving the tone of your muscles, and the ligaments, and the tendons, and the bones. And then we're coming up. Then we're coming into a little bit of a higher lunge. So taking the right knee off the mat, hands to the left thigh, back leg is straight or as straight as it can be. Creeping the left foot forward if you need to. I'm feeling that nice warming up in the thighs, warming up in the hips. Over that forwards and backwards stretch. And then let's take the arms up and straighten the left leg to come out. Step the right foot forward, arms are still up. Take your legs wide, so you might have to move on your mat. Arms are out to the sides, and we do a nice fold forward so we can enjoy the sensation in the legs. Allow your head to drop, hands to your legs or your feet, just to steady yourself, just to give yourself that comfortable forward bend where you can let go, you can relax, release any tension in your knees, and breathe. So a lovely inversion here. And then slowly uncurling. We're going to do a little bit more with the hips, but we're going to challenge them in a different way. So come back to center. This is a tricky one to do on your mat. And if you've got carpet, it will also be tricky, but you will be fine. Take your weight into your left leg. And then we're going to take the right leg over. Hook the right foot behind if you can, or just along the side. And squeeze your thighs together, especially at the tops of your thighs. Woohoo! To balance, you focus on a fixed point somewhere. And then sink a little. Take the spine upright. Bring the right arm over, left arm on top. Ignore me doing extra dancing. And pressing the palms of your hands together, lift your elbows. So squeeze your thighs together, especially the tops of your thighs. Squeeze your elbows up towards the ceiling. And breathe. And don't worry, lots of movement is completely normal, as I am demonstrating quite effectively this morning. And release the arms, release the legs, come out and shake it out. Well, I'm not going to be winning any prizes for demonstrating that one today, but it is hard. So I'm accepting everything that is possible. This time, right leg nice and sturdy and steady into the ground. Lift up from that right leg. So we're not sinking everything down. Nice and strong and long in the leg. And then bringing the left one over. Just exaggerate that movement. And then tucking the toes around. Sink down a little. Shoulders are up. And this time we're bringing the left arm under and the right arm on top. And then find that clasp. And then lifting the elbows. So we're taking the shoulder blades away from each other. We're sinking down, squeezing the thighs as close together as possible. And challenging that standing leg. Remember to breathe. And then release. That was a little bit dramatically quick because I was going to fall over. And taking the legs apart now, coming back into Brasarita Padottanasana. Let's give the hips a little bit of a warm, gentle movement here. Allow yourself to come forward into that easy forward, relaxed bend Little bit of a lift in the knees. And then we're taking the hips side to side. So bend your right knee and then straighten, bend the left knee. So we're starting with this one, hands to the floor in front of you or to your feet. Easier to have them on the floor, slightly more challenging to have them on your feet, and even more challenging to have them just gently at the base of your spine, resting on your lower back. Deepen the movement to where works for you. Bringing your head down towards the mat on one side and then the other. And at the same time, trying to keep the hips quite relaxed and open and allowing the movement to happen. And then come back to center. We're going to bring a little bit of a twist in here because everything that we've been just stirring up in the hips, we need to be taking that up and out and down and out. Taking your right hand to the mat directly below your head. Swooping your left arm up now. Coming into a twist. Bringing some movement into the lower back, into the spine, into the sides of your body. Open that left shoulder up. And breathe. Push your right hand down into the mat if your hand is on the floor. And then gently turning to do exactly the same on the other side. Try to keep your hips in line, not lifting. Let's get that movement in the spine and the torso, not in the thighs and the hips. And breathe. And back down. Last little inversion here, so hang. Close your eyes. Notice that pressure between the eyebrows, between your eyes and your eyebrows, in your cheeks, below your eyes. Relax your face. Allow your mouth to be softly open. Feel your top lip is heavy. Relax your ears. Take a deep breath in through your nostrils and we're slowly uncurling. So a little bit of a bend in the knees so you can stay strong in the legs. Uncurling to come up. Well done. So we have one more little bit of stuff for the hips here. Take the right foot so that your toes point to the narrow end of the mat. Keep your hips in line with the long end of the mat. Arms are out. Chin firmly over to the right shoulder. Take a breath. And then we're going to slide the hands forward, bend that right knee. So you'll always have to make little micro adjustments. Sometimes you need slightly bigger ones. I just needed to move my legs a little further away from each other to find that perfect spot where you're feeling the stretch, but you're also feeling comfortable. And then taking the right arm to the right thigh, left arm up and over, nice big side body stretch all the way from the outer edge of your left foot up to the fingertips and reach a little further and a little further still. Where's that stretch coming from? Upper arm, ribs, thigh, and coming back, lifting up all the way over to the other side. So bring the toes in first, then send the left toes out, arms out, shoulders relaxed and strong. Tuck your tailbone under just a tiny bit if you're sticking your bum out, and then left shoulder is where your chin goes. And then we're going to be sliding forward by bending that left knee, just reaching forward. Reaching forward, and then left arm down and right arm up and over. See if you can get a nice big straight-ish line from the outer edge of your right foot, your right fingertips, and then reach. Reach a little further, just millimeters. Don't forget to breathe. Well done. And then coming back, straightening up. Last time in Prasarita Padottanasana, just a gentle forward bend. This is our Balasana for the day. We've swapped out Balasana for Prasarita Padottanasana. You know, when there's so much going on in the world and in your life, feels like your head is full, come into Prasarita Padottanasana and just allow some of those extra things that you don't need to be carrying around to just fall out of the top of your head and get soaked up by the ground. Think of all the people who've been there before us and thought that everything was terribly important, terribly difficult, terribly momentous. And now they're just memories, or not even memories. So we're here now. It's our turn. We need to have fun. So uncurling, using that lovely strong right leg and left leg combo there, all the way back up. Walking the legs in. And we're coming back down with a nice squat. So maybe taking the arms forward, taking the hips back. Slowly coming back down. Wrap your arms around. Take your forehead down towards your knees, or just looking down. And breathe. Coming back to sitting on the mat. So we've done a lot of side and forward. We haven't done much back bend today, so we do need to be stuffed out with one, but that was about it. So we're going to come down to the mat, and we're going to move the hips in the opposite direction. We're going to come into bridge. So roll yourself down or come down to lying on your mat, however works for you. Feet close to your hips. Take a breath first. And take another one if you need to. Soften, relax your shoulders, relax your jaw, and then pressing into the floor. Curl your hips. So curl your hips round, lengthening through the lower back, lifting your bum off the floor, but keeping your lower back pressed into the floor. And then maintaining that space between your lower ribs and your pelvis. Lift. Don't shorten that space. Lift your hips. Pushing the floor away with your feet. And maintain that strong space. Squeeze your glutes. Bring your knees towards each other. If not actually, just in your mind's efforts. Squeezing your thighs. Lifting your pelvis. Keeping that same amount of distance between your lower ribs and your pelvis. And then if you are super flexible in your back and you're strong and you're not worried about your back, you can raise your hips and bring a little bit of a curl in. Otherwise, stay where you were. If you're getting tired, go back down to the ground, take a breath, and then come back up again. Try to lengthen through the back of your neck, pressing the back of your head down into the mat, bringing your chin into your chest. And release. One vertebra at a time, back down to the mat. In sequence. It's pretty hard to do it out of sequence, I think, but nice and slow, all the way back down. Right. Come to lying on your left side, so rolling over. Prop your head into your hand with your shoulder with your arm bent, or you can take your arm out and lay your head back down on your arm, whatever suits you. Take your right hand into your right leg and send your knees so that they are stacked one on top of the other. Pulling your right heel into your glutes, stretching out. Be very gentle here. Mind that knee, stretching the front of your thigh and then extending your leg backwards. So it's a bit of balance. It's almost as if you're doing a, what's that thing called? When you lie on your belly and lift your legs up behind you. There's an English term for it. Can't remember. Wheel. It's sort of wheel, really. Dhanurasana. So we're just pushing the foot into the hand, holding the hand, and then we're going to do the same on the other side. Release, let that leg go, roll over and do exactly the same thing on the other side. So we roll to the left, no we don't, we roll to the right, we already were on the left. We are holding the left, so left arm quite far back. So think about allowing that left shoulder blade to move down towards your right shoulder blade, and then pushing the foot into the hand, holding the hand quite firmly. A little bit of balance here as well. And release. Come to lying on your back, bring your knees into your chest. Hug your knees to your chest and rock from side to side. If that feels comfortable, otherwise just pull your knees into your chest and give them a big hug. So we're going to squeeze all the muscles in the body and we're going to curl ourselves into the smallest ball possible. So bring your forehead up to your knees. Squeeze into your belly, into your chest, to your shoulders, to your arms. Squeeze your thighs towards you. Squeeze your toes, fingers. Scrunch up all the features of your face right into the middle of your face and relax. Straighten your legs. Let's just have the legs up towards the ceiling. In legs up the wall without the wall. Wallless, wall up legs. Take a deep breath in through your nostrils, hands on your belly. Inhale and exhale. Try to make your hands move by controlling the breath from your belly. Relax your shoulder blades, relax your jaw. And then bringing your knees back into your chest, taking your arms out to the sides. Take your knees over to one side and your head over to the opposite side to come into that last spinal twist, allowing any last bits that need to move, that little push to open, to flow, to release, to let go. Closing your eyes, coming back to center, head first, then knees, over to the other side, knees first, then head. Remember to breathe nice and deep and slow and soft and strong. And coming back to center, head first, then your legs. And bring yourself into Shavasana. So relaxing on your mat, allowing everything to let go, to soften, to release, to be free. Breathing in and out through your nostrils, or breathing in through your nostrils and out through your mouth. Feel the back of your head on the mat and feel how heavy your head feels. Just take your head off the mat just a couple of millimeters. Feel the strength in your neck and then lengthen through the neck and place your head back down. Allow the back of your head, your face, the whole of your head to relax completely onto the mat. Lift your right shoulder and lay it back down, a little bigger, a little wider, a little more spread out, a little more relaxed, and do the same with the left, lifting your left shoulder, making it as big as it needs to be and take up the space it needs before popping it back down again. Let's do the same with the pelvis. So we're taking the right hip off the ground, stretching, opening, and then placing it back down gently on the mat. And the same with the left, just lifting the left buttock off and then putting it back down. Take your right heel off the ground, lengthen through that right leg, make it as long as you can possibly make it, and then gently placing it back down, allowing it to relax. As soon as that limb goes back down on the ground, it has instructions to be completely at peace, completely relaxed. The same with the left. Take the left leg off, just a few millimeters, stretch, lengthen, open, release, and lay it back down. And let's do the same with both arms at the same time. So just taking the backs of the hands off the ground, lengthening through the arms, stretching the fingers out away from each other, feeling that stretch across the palms of your hands, feeling that warmth in the palms of your hands, and then laying your hands back down onto the ground and allowing your arms to be heavy and soft, completely at ease, completely relaxed. Take a deep breath in. Take that breath into your belly, take it down into your heels and your toes, into your palms, into your fingertips, into the crown of your head. And when you let go of that breath, allow all the little difficult things that they don't need to be difficult, allow them to flow away. Allow them to be soaked up by the ground. With each breath you take, you sink a little deeper into a state of complete calm and peace and relaxation. With every in-breath, you fill up with a bright, fizzing, vibrant energy. With every breath out, letting go, making space. With every breath in, feeling a rush of colors going up right into the top of your skull, into the soles of your feet and the palms of your hands, in every place in between, energizing you and bringing you this vibrant, bright, sparkling energy, joyful, laughing, happy, bright energy. Breathing in as much of this energy as you need, as you want, and allowing it to permeate every single cell of your body so you can keep it within you. Taking a deep breath in and out. Softening through your shoulder blades, feeling completely supported, feeling that the solidity and the strength of the earth is seeping into your bones. breathing in and out easily and clearly, completely open, completely at peace, completely relaxed, strong and energetic and vibrant, but with that clear protection around you to preserve your boundaries, to allow things to come this far and no further, to be present, to be connected, but to be safe and to be able to preserve your own energy. Gently, slowly, when you're ready, bringing yourself to your right side. Taking a deep breath in, feeling your heartbeat, feeling your strength, feeling your energy and your power, feeling your deep inner joy, gently bringing yourself up to sitting. And when you're ready, bringing your hands to heart center, feeling that strength from the right side, strength from the left, feeling that fizzing energy between the palms of your hands. Settling into a strong, steady, constant flow of energy. Taking a deep breath in. As you exhale, bringing your forehead down towards your hands. Taking a deep breath in. As you exhale, softly, gently opening your eyes. Taking a deep breath in. As you exhale, bringing your head back to center. And namaste. Thank you for joining me on the mat today. Thank you for joining you on the mat. Hopefully, mind, body, and spirit all together, all in a nice, safe bundle, and lots of energy to go forward and do what you need to do.
That was